Okay, guys, the brand new Superman trailer is out, and trust me, when I saw the trailer, like I knew that I had to start this thing. Initially, my plan was that I'm going to be discussing everything comic book movies from next 2 weeks, but now I just can't wait, so I have to get right into discussing comic book movies as soon as possible. So, just in case you see any kind of slow thing, I'm not going to edit this video. I'm just going to go right to it because I have to talk about the Superman trailer that just come out, and um, the video might not even get monetized, but let's just get right to it. So, first the intro, and now. Yeah, so let's just quick check out this trailer. It came out like a few hours ago, and other channels have been talking about it. But given the type of person I am, I'll take a while, watch it, see if I can start giving my own reaction. But personally, as someone who has been anticipating a new Superman movie, like I just can't. You see, you guys can see that already. I've obviously watched it, but I'm just waiting for the Superman movie. And the interesting was that it's supposed to be like a ticket on sale trailer, but this is 2 minutes 10 seconds, and they're saying, "Oh, it's a ticket on sale thing." But yeah, it's something that I'll go check. So I'm just going to give like a full breakdown of what it did initially. So it's not like a reaction video, but even my reaction was so great. So I'm going to turn up my own music and try to reduce the initial music. I'm just going to just skim right through it, then give you like a full breakdown of how I feel this trailer is. So um, let's go into it. One thing I want to say first is that you see that building, all those buildings are falling down. In case you have no idea, if you are someone who was watching Man of Steel, there was lots of destruction rather, and if you also watch BVS, which is Batman vs Superman, there was also lots of destructions, and the major complaint a lot of people had, including myself, was that there were too much destruction, and it kind of felt so so dark. And recently, I also had like a complaint when I was watching the entire Batman vs Superman that this Superman is one dark Superman, and I personally did not like it. The Batman vs Superman was like the worst one of it, there, but the Man was still okay. Like you still get the storyline, and you can still understand why some things are the way it is. But that one now, this one, obviously, if you watch any Superman medium, whether it's comic or whether it's cartoon, there's always destruction. But here, the main complaint now is that what does this say about those that were complaining about Batman vs Superman or Man of Steel or the Snyder era? But for me, I still have no issue with it as long as it's depicted that he's trying. My issue with Man of Steel was that there was this scene where where the got blew up, and there was this man that was sitting down in a wheelchair, though it was a lead wheelchair, so Superman could not detect it, but at least he could have shown that he tried to help. Towards the end, there was still a scene where he actually showed that he helped, but that trying to is different from just being there or a family, and you're expecting that everybody is just going to be like, hey, put this Superman ever. To me, I did not see that Superman is in in all the Superman iteration I've seen, the animated Superman, most of the animated Superman are like the best Superman. Like every live action Superman, they still have this kind of one thing that you might not like. But let's go into this. So the first thing we say was the people running away, and those are we've seen the BVS shot of the BTS shot of that, and we see so now they've done it and fixed the CGI. Let's have a problem with CGI. I'm going to talk about. This is like three or four buildings falling together. Then Superman saving this woman. This is one of the things I was saying in Man of Steel. We rarely see the Superman that was actually saving someone, but this one is okay, and I love it. You could see that look. It's like I'm trying. Just let me do my thing, and you get out. The one probably what I always when I was younger was that the way I envisioned myself and I saw Superman was that the world could be in danger. A building could be obviously falling down. Americans will be waiting for Superman to come and save them. That was what was in my mind. That the way Superman was then was that he was always being the one that was going to save. So that was it I had in my head. Powerful being on planet Earth. Yeah, we could see that Lex Luthor is one of those people that was like, this man is so powerful that he was an all powerful being. This the thing about Superman is that he's never the all powerful being in any situation of this economy. The, okay, there are some that don't depict outside of Earth, but he's not the most powerful being. Superman has kryptonite. Superman does not know how to attack magic. There are still a lot. If you are stronger than Superman or you are on par with Superman, whether or not he holds his punch bags or not, you can still punch Superman. So the the idea that Superman is the most powerful being in the entire DC universe is not true. People going, oh, this is the most powerful being. He has to have aura of powerful being. It's not true. It's not the most powerful being in the entire DC universe. There are so many people that are stronger than him. A punch of Superman, if you are on Superman strength level, can land. We have seen it even in this trailer. Since the Man of Steel, seen every iteration of Superman. If you are on par with the same level, a punch can land Superman, so it doesn't make him weak and it doesn't make him more powerful. Now let's go to it. If finally made. When I saw this, I still don't know how the outside shots of this movie is going to be, but when I saw this thing and this the entire uh the way they are standing, like sitting, see the way. Can't I not zoom? Oh, this is. I should be able to zoom now. I can't zoom. It was on my phone. I could zoom. The way they are standing, it's weird, but I still don't know how I feel about the outside shots for Superman. But let's see. Should I just do picture? I think this scene by scene picture. Let's be playing it. There, there are some things that was said, so we need to hear that one. We finally meet. We finally meet. Yeah, I saw some reaction where they were saying that this is the first time Superman is seeing Lex Luthor is actually meeting Superman. I don't think he's talking about Superman. I don't think so. We finally meet face to face. They said that the news we got today was that Superman has been active for 3 years. So saying we finally meet, what does that mean? I don't see doing too much into now it. As planned. Now the engineer, in case you don't know, the engineer is part of the authority in the comics, and in the comic the engineer was created, it was different from Superman, but it has the element of the DC Superman. So saying that in a world where superheroes have they're like no more. So this is the people that actually come to save the world, and they are doing it by any means necessary. That's what the engineer is. So my theory on the engineer is that she's looking for something. Like right now, the one thing about the engineer is that she there was this nanite kind of blood that was she injected in the original comics. It was like she's not the first engineer, but she's like the second engineer. So Yeah, the blood nanite. It's not actually nanite. It's liquid. Someone's near the Twitter talked about it. It's not our body is not nanite, but it's like a liquid kind of technology nanite kind of thing. Sure. So it's mixed with our blood, and it replaces everything in our body. Like when you see that you upload yourself to robot, but this one you should not uploading yourself to robot. The thing is in R. Then instead of if you watch Vex Generator or Generator Vex on Cartoon Network, that's how similar the engineer is. So it replaces most of her and it becomes that thing. So I feel that in the DCU, it's not something that is willingly, or at least it is something that was a mistake. So the thing she now wants that thing out of her body. But I believe that towards the end, she's just going to accept it that that's all. There's nothing that can be done to it. So I'm going to actually play the music. I think while I'm talking, it's going to make it more interesting. I'm just going to reduce it a bit so that when the mic is taking it, it's going to take away what I'm saying. Sorry for that. Okay, let's go back. So we can see the engineer. The thing I love about this Lex Luthor is that he's an overfarming Lex Luthor. The fact that he hates Superman is one thing, but the fact that every single scene is just overfarming, like that's something that I love. I'll destroy you. And this is the whole Superman this all the Superman technologies. So we could see like this is like a control room. This is the thing they used to heal Superman when he was when he needed help that we saw in that first clip. And these are the robots that you see. So the robots may be easily buildable, but I believe there's still a Kalex somewhere. So if there's a Kalex somewhere, then the Kalex can be like the main mind that can rebuild those robots. That's what I was saying about Superman strength. So this, if you see the soldiers here, I believe this is where they captured Superman. Like when they arrested him, maybe he's trying to resist, or is that is resisting, or this is when they want to arrest him. So that they just say, hey, come here. Now something about this suit. No, the first one is the engineer. The engineer body is supposed to be nanite, but it feels like she's wearing suit. So I don't know how they explain it, whether her body is still changing or something like that. So that was like my complaint about it. And of course, that reporter you always do interviews with. This particular thing, when he was saying, when I was listing everybody's name, it's something that like who raised you as a child? I'll kill them too. Going through every single one after the other, and decide that I'm going to kill every single person. Something I want to also discuss is that you see this particular alien. There's just something I posted on Streamdorm now is that they've confirmed that this thing is called Mr. Ansom. Yeah, Mr. Ansom. Can I get my tweet? I have a problem with X. Sorry, with Chrome. That kind of makes things difficult. So I'm trying to open my Chrome to show you this. But basically, this alien is not a white Martian. It's called Mr. Ansom. So let me open it. So just continue. Two. Then you see that part. Then here we could see it clear. Somewhere in the down the trailer, it's give. I'm trying to understand this relationship with him. Now James Gunn mentioned something that they don't really respect him, but they respect him enough not to disobey him or not to get to the bad side. So basically, it's like you're working for someone you don't really like, but the least you could do is at least work. You don't pay your salary, or you don't want. It's like you're working for a politician. You didn't vote for the politician, but You just want to do your job and at least bounce when the time is up. So that's what happened here. Then I think I just saw crypto. Yeah, that's crypto. It's working. Crypto, yeah, it's working well. Let me just. I'm trying to avoid. We've seen this part where it was alien. So people were saying that is it looks weak and something. I'm like, first off, they explained that the sun here is intensifying and his body is rearranging. We've seen the list of things that injured him. Yeah, it can be slow when you are going to the can be come back then you don't to it doesn't some motivation of Superman doesn't show that Superman is that weak. But first off, it seems to like my picture with Superman. These are early days Superman and this is an intensified sun. So it's doing it very fast. And we saw in the behind the scene where he was saying, like, let me go back into the fray. That means they want to do it fast, then it's going to go back into the fight again and save this face the same trouble. Then the kaiju thing. The kaiju looks weird, especially the toy. But yeah, it still looks kaiju-ish. But
No matter what
what
you
do I
do,
know?
you loser.
I love the shots. I don't know how I feel about this. This looks when the destruction is visibly showing, like you can relate and you can feel that destruction. There's something, especially when it comes to live action, this thing. Like I have this weird feeling when it comes to a destruction you can visibly relate to and you can visibly say that oh this is actually happening in real time and stuff like that. So even though I still know how I feel about such thing, but yeah,
Plans won't work. Wrap it up.
that rapid top scene is either there's a scene here where the egg splits, so it's either it's happening at that time or it's during the kaiju when the kaiju started. So the kaiju is either coming closer to them. That was like up to let's go, let's go, guys. So I can't get caught. And interestingly, no matter how evil this Lex Luthor seems, because the Lex Luthor in the even in the animated shows that whenever there's a destruction and in destruction that is coming close to him, doesn't really give a shit about people around him. So just go like yeah, you guys continue doing what you're doing. Um, I'm going to go and check something, and before you know it, it's gone. Now this is a Ultraman that removed the max, and I have a theory about this Ultraman. The first thing we saw from this Funko Pop release that the amount of Arabia is Ultraman. Then now we are seeing that Ultraman has its vision. You know, we saw that the Armor of Baby has like its laser thing. Then now we are seeing this one with its vision. And people are saying is Bizarro. That's not true. Bizarro eye is cold. Is not fire. So unless Superman is freezing and is showing red, it is not Bizarro. Now, the thing about Ultraman. I'm sorry, some people were saying it's Lobo. It's not Lobo. Lobo does not have its vision. So if it's Ultraman, there is somewhere in this trailer that was showing that a universe was bleeding towards this DCU. So like there's another universe bleeding. So this feels like the Ultraman in the comic. And we have a something that's not we know about Ultraman is that Ultraman gets um weaker. Sorry, yeah, Ultraman gets stronger with Kryptonite. So basically, maybe Ultraman gets weaker when when there is sun. So that's why one is underground and two is wearing a mask. So if the sun touches him, Zeta reducing his power, and maybe the agreement, the same agreement he has with the engineer, and the same agreement he has with Mr. Terrific, and the same agreement he has with um, Ultraman, that Lex Luthor has with all of them, is that I'm going to give you what it is that you want. All you have to do is to give me what I want, and what I want is for you to bring down Superman. So now it brings the question that how did this Ultraman from the Crime Syndicate universe come to the DCU? That's the question that we're having. If this is actually the Ultraman in the comic, how did he come to the universe? Why is he working for Lex Luthor when he's stronger than Lex Luthor? And are we going to be seeing the multiverse story? Because if you start your universe with multiverse, because the multiverse itself, the multiverse idea in a business standpoint is like, I'm going to wrap things up, I'm going to reboot. That's why I'm going to introduce the multiverse. The multiverse is, let's scatter everything and let's start again. That's what multiverse is. But we're not starting a multiverse. Though in DC, multiverse works well. The idea of multiverse works well in DC compared to Marvel. I never understood or liked the Marvel multiverse. But in DC, it works well. But starting off with multiverse makes no sense.
Good luck.
And also, if you check out the It Vision, um, Ultraman It Vision is wider than Superman It Vision.
With that,
Then good luck with that. It's either it's talking to the Ultraman Metamorpho, or this is when he was captured inside the glass, and Lexus is like, I'm going to find your entire family, I'm going to find your reporter friend and everybody. And it's like, good luck with that. Hope good luck with finding them. Then that's when Lex Luthor now found them. Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. That scene from Crypto. Let me take it back again.
good luck with that.
Crypto movie marks. The first thing I first saw was that when the clink from the bite from the teeth to the to the glass, when I heard that clink, I was like, that makes no sense. Because number one, in DC, I don't think there's a fourth wall breaker character. So if you are trying to interact with the audience, it makes no sense to be doing that kind of thing. It feels stupid. And trust me, I'm not the type of person that will glaze things gone 247. Even though I'm very excited to Superman as for Superman, I have this thing I want to start when I go to the cinema at least once a month. Then I try to watch a movie once a day or at least every week. So I'm trying that, either a movie or a series. I'm just going to try and do that. So if I'm to watch a movie once a month, then I want to the movie I want to watch a Disney movie. But that's behind my point. I'm already digressing. That's thing to the wall, to the fourth wall. I never understood or liked it, but now that I understood the context, I think it makes sense. And the context is that that click is a drone, and the drone is the one that Jimmy Olsen is operating, because that's how he's using to take the cameras, the picture of Superman. So the drones that we saw when the amount of already was fighting is the drone that the Daily Planet owns, which makes sense because this is retro futuristic world, which there are some things about the future, but also today's time. And this is the DC universe where they are extremely smart people and they are mystical people. So it is safe to assume that Jimmy Olsen has a drone camera, which also makes or no make sense. If videographers can have drones, I don't think there's no problem with videographers having drones. This place, this is what I'm talking about. The universe building. Now see this thing. It doesn't feel like water, but at the same time it feels like water. It is not underground. It feels like Atlantis. So this is what I'm saying, a universe bleeding. And yeah, we're not seeing building collapsing. Though there are some buildings that feels like they're collapsing, which makes no sense. If this is a building collapse, then this destruction is unnecessary and stupid. Like I don't think there should be this much destruction of civil property in the first iteration of Superman. When our complaint about the Batman vs Superman was that there was so much destruction, and the destructions are happening in the city where people are being affected. So if this is destruction of the city and this is actually water, this is stupid. That's my thought. This is actually stupid. But if this is what I think it is, the bleeding of another universe into this universe, then it makes sense. That would not explain that Ultraman is from another universe and is working with Lex Luthor because Lex Luthor promises him that he's going to go back. I could see in a fight that is somehow similar to the Pocket Dimension or the Phantom Zone. So that would make more sense. Oh, yeah, I saw a building collapse. Yeah, yeah, this is a building collapsing. I don't know how I feel about this. It makes no sense. If it's an actual building collapsing. No, that part. The problem I had with that one was that if Guy Gardner is facing off Superman now, Superman punches him in the face, then it takes away the GLI idea that we have with Guy Gardner um, vexing Batman when Batman has to punch him. So it takes that away. And one thing I also don't like here is that we know that there are Stark Industries, there is Lord Tech, there is Terrifics Industry or Alt Industry, and there's Lotto Corp. These are like the four billionaires. I don't like why every single thing is what we are seeing. We are seeing crumbs of them. Lord Tech, this. Uh, I don't think everything everybody owns is owned by a few companies around the world. Like all your gadgets are not owned by the same company. So I don't like why Lord Tech has a feud. Then they also have a phone. They also have a recording instrument. They also have a laptop. Then Lex Luthor has this. That it feels like once you put these details, it now feels like those are the only people, the only businessmen we have in this universe. I don't know, smart. I know that's complex. I have no problem with that. Then we have VS. So I think this is I don't know when. Probably is the amount of area fights. There's nothing you can tell me about it. I like the Nicholas Holt, but the way he talks. So I said Nicholas Holt. Eddie Gategno, how do you pronounce his name over there? But Mr. Terrific, the way he sit down on that chair, it's it's just so stupid. I know you cannot fly, but why are you using chair? Isn't there another way he flies in the comics? Yeah, he has this kind of pod or pad where he can just. Well, but on this height, it makes no sense. But it still feels stupid. Like you could use. Wait. There was a comic or a movie where he actually sat down on the thief sphere. Yeah, it's a comics. I read the comics. It was a Justice League comic where Nicholas Hoult sat down on the thief sphere. But in live action, this thing looks stupid. It looks stupid. And the way he talks is even it's annoying because the idea that I have is that Mr. Terrific is one of the smartest people in the DC universe. So um, the way it talks, there are different speech patterns with people that depending on how smart they are or even the way they behave. So right now you might be able to gauge my wisdom level, my brain level, the way I talk. But that may not be what I have to real life. But the way still talk still makes no sense. It sounds funny. It sounds like what's his name on this character? This black that wears eye patch in the Marvel universe. Nick Nick Fury. I've forgotten the name after that. The name of the actor that plays. It sounds like Nick Fury, but in um in the DC universe. Then yeah, this is Nicholas or this is Baby Joey. This is Crypto. Then it feels like the universe is bleeding into another universe. And this is the same place where each of them was. So I don't know if Crypto was there or where this place is, but it feels like universe building, and this feels like Guns of Galaxy. He's the same cinematographer, and we know he's the same writer and director. So I still love this, but this crypto, this maybe it's trying to save them or what. I know that this is something that Metalcore can do. So I know this. I have a problem with this. This one is also epic. Punching him on the face. That was I'm sorry if you don't mind the wow um I'm trying to skip the copyright issues that Warner Brothers. I have a problem with this guys. I might even take it down, no matter how much I try. So I think you could see the stuff. Yeah, they're not happy with him. They're like, why our boss crashing out? This guy's crashing out. Everybody's like, yeah, yeah, just don't punch me in the face. Everybody's crashing. My comparison is like Elon Musk. This is how I imagine Elon Musk when things doesn't work out right in the office. I don't have a problem with Elon Musk, but I may or may not have a problem with Elon Musk, but this is how I imagine Elon Musk. Because Elon is like the richest man in the world, so this is how I imagine when he's crashing out. So he's angry over Superman kind or the Amazon, the Bolivian.
Hey! Quit messing around!
Yeah, the way the guy sounds. It sounds weird.
Not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
Yeah, that's like it's funny. This have to have an explanation because this is also the same complaint I had with Batman vs Superman. So it better have a good context to it.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
See you at IMAX. I think that was just good. That was like the rest is see you at IMAX. So basically since the announcement and I've been following this thing actually on Streamdorm, so I've been following this thing and I don't really like have an issue. I'm still going to watch it. I wish I could watch it more than once, but I can't. Uh, who I am doesn't allow me to overspend more than I can. But I have no problem with the Superman movie, and I would love to see it. So let me know what you guys think about the trailer breakdown. Do you guys agree with me? What are your issues about this James Gunn Superman? And thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. If you've not done that, please do that. You are supporting this channel more than you think. We are just small guys in this business, but we do hope to become something. So on Friday, we have news roundup that's coming out, and it will contain some more of this about Superman and Fantastic Four and other movie news. So watch out for that on Fridays. And Probably next week proper, I'm going to start doing the comic book thing. But this is just like a trailer reaction and trailer breakdown. I'm not excited for Fantastic Four, but I'm excited for Superman because it's Superman and it's DC. This is my favorite thing. And then it's Marvel. Between Marvel and DC, I always choose DC all the time. So thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, share, and see you in the next video.